right. It was bound to happen sooner or later, but yes, today's the day the Rocker Dogcast becomes the Rocker Kittycast, a special edition of the show where we talk to musicians about their cats. I'm your usual host, Tim Dill, with my dog Charlie begrudgingly participating, and today our feline aficionados are the brothers Isaiah, Dee and Solomon Radkey from the band of the same name. Radkey's new single, Ready to Burn, is out now, and their much-anticipated album, Bedroom Sand, hits platforms on July 14th. And these are their perennial herb-loving rocker cats.
Here's Ben. He's the troublemaker. Ben, and he's named after Spider-Man. Ben Riley. Then we've got Gigi. She's the youngest we've got.
Beautiful.
And yeah, there's more. They're around. We got Joe over here. We got Pepperoni Sue downstairs and Lulu.
Then I have in the background Richie and Ross. The one in the back's Richie.
The orange one.
15 years old.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then you see him, Joel, sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Joel.
the star of 2 Radkey videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lee is somewhere doing his thing.
Okay. I'm actually checking these off as I in my notes. So funny enough, I think I've covered Richie, Ross. I was curious, there's a Joel and a Joe, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Lee, Lulu, Sue, Ben, and Gigi. Okay, I'm not going to keep track of any of that, but we'll talk about them in a broad scoped way. So I'll ask you a lot of the questions I ask my dog guests. The names, you already mentioned Ben has a name that refers to Spider-Man. Do all the names kind of have some meaning to them?
In some ways, like Richie's Richie Cunningham. Joe is Joseph Joestar from an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And then Pepperoni Sue, that's from King of the Hill. We just heard that name and just started laughing. It's like, oh yeah. And then Joel, we named him after a sound engineer in Kansas City who recorded Devil Fruit.
Yeah.
And Ross, after Ross, who we recorded with, Ross Orton in Sheffield. So yeah, pretty much.
And the funny thing, Ross already had the name Ross when we went to the shelter, so we just had him keep the name.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's like it works out since we've got the sound engineer thing. And then
Are the people that they're named after honored? Like, is Ross the sound engineer? Is he like pumped that there's a cat in his honor?
We've never told them actually. We can send them a picture.
Ross did comment on. I don't remember the context, but Ross had a comment.
Awesome name or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Now, I also ask the context in which these creatures come to your homes. Is there in your case, we're talking 10 cats. Are they all rescues?
All rescues.
Okay. So they all fit into the rescue category. Do any of them have a very distinct story or memorable story?
Well, yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend who, during the time our relationship was sort of ending, she was going to be taking Richie, who was an older cat, to the pound or to the shelter or whatever. And I was just like, man, this cat is so happy and awesome. I need to like keep the vibe going a little bit so I can get him from her before that happens. And I ended up getting him from her before we ended up breaking up. Because I was just thinking, I can't have this awesome cat sitting in a shelter because the older ones don't really get adopted as much.
Yeah.
So the thought of him sitting in there bummed out was a huge reason to kind of covertly kind of get him to our house where he would be happy.
Yeah. And you guys have a long history with cats? Have you grown up with them? Your parents got you cats when you were children?
Yeah.
Yep. We have cats our whole lives pretty much.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Is there a goat? Is there the greatest of all time cat that you guys can point to?
Oh,
it's 2 cats, and that's Ted and Fred.
Fred.
They're our Siamese cats from when we were kids, and I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a day that goes by that I don't kind of see them somehow in my mind's eye. Like I miss them so much. They're so awesome. Ted and Fred, the best.
We actually mentioned them in one of our songs too.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, that's a perfect segue because, again, when I am talking dogs, I always ask the artist, do they influence the art? And with you guys, right away, I see visually, I've seen the video with like Lasong, is that the name of
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, your merch has cats, your gig posters have cats. And that's something right from the get-go. Have they always been kind of part of the brand?
Yeah. Our cats have always been involved. Like we'd always been posting pictures of them. Like even Richie, he's on the back of Green Room.
Hmm.
And then for our single strays, we've got Joe on there. And Joe's just an interesting looking cat because we adopted him with a broken jaw, so he has this
Oh,
crazy jaw surgery, so his tongue's always sticking out. He looks really cute and crazy. So yeah, he's the cover of Strays, and that's a song off our new record about stray cats and like the rescue cats and how, how your family doesn't have to be like blood, kind of.
yeah, yeah. Are there any other songs that are inspired by the cats? And I don't want to be too literal, but cat and mouse. I mean,
Oh yeah,
just seeing
Oh,
that title, I did listen to it, and it does sound like it's from the point of view of a cat.
that was like one of our early songs, like from the beginning of the band. And when I wrote that, I was just thinking of like it was stupid. I was thinking of Tom and Jerry. Like it was just that simple. And then, people can, interpret it however they want. But
yeah,
that's just
gritty Tom and Jerry
yeah, gritty
retelling.
Tom. Right.
Well, I would be one to argue that Tom and Jerry is very punk rock.
I
Right.
love Tom and
Yeah.
Jerry.
You know,
Yeah, we grew up watching that stuff. So
as did I, and it's back when cartoons had an edge, and adults
hmm
could enjoy them as much as kids, probably more than kids. They could see kind
hmm
of more of the nuances, but yeah, yeah. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but for No Strange Cats, you had a Kickstarter to fund that recording. And based on a donation level, if you reach a certain level, there was a custom cat cover of the donator's cat.
Yes,
That's
that
that
was
was
awesome.
cool.
crazy.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's so cool. Like we had a collage of photos, but then fans would send it in, and you'd see their cat, and it was just like there were so many of their cats. It was a really cool project. That was fun.
How
hmm
many cats I mean, you don't have to give me an exact number, but about how many custom cat LP covers were there?
70 plus, right?
Oh my
70
Like
plus,
gosh.
70 plus.
Yeah, something like that.
that was a popular one.
And I can also assume fans, any fan that knows you, been on your social media, know your cat guys. So if you have meet and greets or just fans waiting for you after a show, do you guys end up getting cat toys and tchotchkes from fans?
We recently got a cat toy. We got these three custom cat toys with the three eyes, like from No Strange Cats, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was in
hmm
Topeka. Yeah, that was cool.
Topeka. Yeah,
So
it was
sometimes
Topeka.
we'll get cat things, but I mean, I even like for Radfest this year, I grew catnip and dried it, and then like put it in baggies and sold
Uh,
it to people.
I love that, and I have that note. Can you see that becoming like the beginning of a Radkey cat side brand, side hustle?
Abs- Absolutely, and not also just because the cats here love the fresh catnip so much. I'm trying to get a big bush because I want to triple the batch, and the cats will be happy about it here. And we sold out of them, so I think we got to keep it up.
That's funny. That's very cool. So I pulled a quote. I'll go ahead and read it. It says, "It's just a layer that brings people closer so that they can relate to the band's humanity and love for cats." And again, this is a question I'll ask dog owners as well. But what do cats bring to your lives?
It's like a friendship and
Yeah.
like a extremely deep connection because even like if you're feeling bad, they will gather around you and maybe even start trying to annoy you, but they're wanting to like
Comfort
help
you.
in some kind of way. And
Yeah.
that's something that has always been really cool. And then they seem to enjoy music as well. If they grow up
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, there would be some times when we were down there and Joel would come down and we're like sound checking and he's just like there.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
he'll
dude,
like
you gotta
lay
go.
at the top of the stairs
Yeah.
and just listen, even though it's
Uh-huh.
loud. I don't get it, but it's
Yeah.
cool.
At the
hmm
same time, are there some cats that just want nothing to do with, once the instruments are busted out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you say Richie,
yeah. Richie doesn't want
Richie.
part of it.
Yeah, now that's his age. Poor guy.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah.
The conversation with dogs always falls back on an old cliche of like unconditional love. And I don't get that from cats. But what I
no.
what I do get from cats is independence.
Yeah.
hmm
And I think it's funny that, I do some part-time work at a boarding facility that's mostly dogs, and they have a few cats. And when I first started, they were like, yeah, people don't really drop off their cats because they're just so independent. Like you have a timer feeder, you have a clean litter box. You go away for 3 or 4 days, all you got to worry about is the cat not changing the locks on you.
You're right, right.
And it's so true. It's so true. And I see you guys as this DIY independent band. Is there something in that kind of, you guys are like brothers in arms? You're like this big independent family?
Absolutely. The way that they can do their own thing while you are doing things like songwriting, and you have a house sitter, depending on how long you're out, and they will not have to lean on that too hard. They're more like in their own
Mhm.
world doing their own thing, and that is very helpful for them to be like independent, because you actually don't have all the time in the world to be taking them outside or like doing any of that, even though Ben needs to go outside every day for some reason. Yeah, the independence is great, and that's why we have so many. Because, like, I mean, you just grab another litter box.
How does it come about that you get another cat?
Oh man, it's like a whim. Like he's like, even like Gigi, it was just like, I think it's time to get another kitten. And then she was so tiny, and now she's one of the bigger cats. Like in like just a couple years.
So to kind of get their distinct personalities, I'm going to throw three genres of music at you. You tell me which cat aligns with that genre. So
Okay.
first we'll go with the metalhead. Which cat would be the metalhead?
I'm gonna say the metalhead. Do you have any? I think I have one for over here.
Lee's the metalhead too.
I could see that. I could see Lee being a metalhead.
I was thinking Joel, but Lee is definitely, and then I'm thinking Lulu. I think would be metalhead,
And
my
any
little gray
particular
cat.
reason?
She likes to run fast and she likes to wrestle. She's a lot of fun, and that's what makes me think. And also, since she's little, it makes me think that she would be like alternative and be like she's like the metalhead,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The next genre is pop, the pop diva.
the pop diva. Definitely Gigi, Gigi and
Pepperoni, right?
Pepperoni. I'm gonna say Pepperoni.
Uh,
And why is that? Are they more kind of aloof or need things a certain way?
They things a certain way, and I can really picture them kind of grooving with like big headphones on to some pop music, whatever the big hit is that relates to them.
What do you
Okay.
think about Richie for that one?
I,
He does like having things certain way. Like
he does.
he'll meow
This
at
Richie
you.
such a
He,
like
he
a country blues guy.
okay.
When
Country
I
blues
think of
guy.
Richie, I think of a cowboy hat, jeans.
Okay. The last genre, this will probably go to the cat that has the hardest catnip.
Addiction.
I was going to say habit. Yeah.
Habit.
The hippie jam band follower.
Oh.
Ben and Joe together, because I make catnip tea, and they're always laying by that bowl of catnip tea.
I've never heard of that. Catnip tea?
Yeah, yeah. You break up the leaves, throw it in a bowl, put a little bit of boiling water on it, let it sit for like 5 minutes, throw some ice in there, fill it up with regular water, and then leave it out, and then they'll drink it. Which is awesome because they want something with a little flavor to it. So it's like giving them an option other than plain water. It's really cute to see them choose, like, I think I want a flavored drink, and also to get a little head buzz going.
Yeah, not too funny. Well, you guys have an upcoming album, Bedroom
Yeah.
Sand. It's going to be out on July 14th. It's been described as 8 songs of unyielding defiance,
Yeah.
which I'll project and say I'm kind of angry about a lot of things going on today. Is that kind of where you
Mhm.
guys are at?
Right, like
Yeah.
being annoyed and then also nostalgic for back in the time where things felt more simple just because you didn't know as much. Kind of like that. And then, being stuck and wanting to kind of get moving.
Yeah.
And what's the term? I'm not unfamiliar with the term bedroom sand. What's that mean?
Okay, that's a new, it's something made up. It's like, I think of it as like an hourglass full of like this magical sand. And then in a music video I'm working on, I want to be able to dip a Q-tip in it and then you stick it in your ear and then it gets you tripping. So it's a way to have a cartoon do some type of like substance and it not hit the sensors. And it's like, this is obviously what this is, but I
Yeah.
picture an hourglass full of it.
Okay. We'll look
Yeah.
for that video to help us
Yeah.
to help us with that visual. So I'm very curious in the way you recorded this. It was recorded last summer at Syracuse University School of Music, which I'm an alumni of Syracuse University School of Art, not of
Nice.
music. So I'm immediately like, "Ooh, cool." It sounded like you guys snuck in and you
Yeah.
recorded with a like-minded professor. So give me a little bit of background on this whole experience. Who's this professor you met and how do you end up at Syracuse University last
It's
summer?
crazy. So we're on tour. We meet this guy Jim, who's a professor at he does sound and recording technology at Syracuse University, and it's like, we have this state of the art studio. If you guys should come record an album there. And it's like, oh, well, that's cool because as a DIY band, you gotta find creative ways to get things done sometimes. And we're like, all right, well, if that's something we can just come do, we will come sneak in and do it. So we kind of snuck in and recorded over the weeks and then had a full record pretty quickly. And it was also really fun because like you're walking around the campus and it's just like nobody knows that we have nothing to do with this and we don't even look like we do. I mean,
Right.
maybe, but like, right. So that was really cool. And then, we got to have a couple students in there kind of see the process of working with a rock band because they only use the studio for like archiving and like some jazz recordings and stuff.
Oh,
So it
wow.
was like you know, you'd be in there and some of the people working in there would be like, kind of like, man, this is crazy. What's going on? You guys are swinging the bass and stuff. Like, what's going on in there?
That's great. That's very cool. Well, I end every episode with what I call the zoomies. And I think for cats, it's referred to as frenetic random activity periods or FRAP, which I didn't know. But that's just five fast, frivolous questions. First one, is your cat on your phone's home screen?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I have Lee as mine.
It used to be Lee and my girlfriend on mine and outside on the benches.
So we have a no from Dee and Isaiah and Solomon, you've got one on yours.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Question two, this might be difficult because there's so many cats, but we'll just pick one. But the question is, do these cats have a theme song? Is there a song either that you concoct for these cats or a song that exists that just personifies one of your cats?
I mean, we have a song called Not Smart that will probably work for Gigi.
Was
Yeah.
that inspired at all by Gigi?
No, it was
No.
actually inspired by us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming for question three, none of these cats have been to a gig.
No.
No.
Assuming you shuffle 9 cats on tour on a tour bus with you, what would be on their tour rider?
Oh,
Besides the
definitely
catnip and the
churro
cat tea.
bites. Yeah, churro
We,
bites,
we would need some ice water for Richie. Joel would probably
Temptations, catnip
Joel
fever.
yeah, Joel would want some bottle caps from like water bottles because he likes to play fetch with those.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joe would take a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Ah, it's very interesting. That's much like my dog. Okay, question four. Do you guys have a cat voice?
So many.
Okay.
So many. Yeah, I think there's a voice for every one of them.
And is that a voice coming out of you the way you talk to them, or is that you giving them a voice?
Both. It's like you're talking to them in their voice, and then you make them talk back to you, and you make up what they're saying. It happens all the time. Like that is actually one of the funnest parts of having cats.
And Isaiah, are you the guy who's leading that charge? Are you the one who's doing it, or does everybody else kind of fall into that
Everyone
mode?
does it, but I'm for sure leading the charge on it.
And out of all the cats, who's got like the most distinctive voice that you're giving it?
Joel, he's like a 1950s type noir voice. Joe, he just sounds like a crazy trash cat. And then, but like Richie, he's like Missouri country boy voice. And Ross, he kind of sounds like a snake. There's all kinds of Pepperoni sounds kind of like she's Russian.
That's very funny. All right, question five. I always ask my guests if you want to give a shout out to a cat organization or a service or an individual that just does good for cats.
Oh yeah, KC Pet Project,
Yep.
absolutely.
KC Pet
Fantastic.
Project.
I've had them called out for the dogs as well, so it sounds like
Whoa.
they've got a solid operation of rescuing animals.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't let this pass by without mentioning one dog. You have a picture of a dog that you call Mr. Cooper, a pit bull. Does that ring a
Oh,
bell?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
he actually passed away. He was this dog in the studio at Weights and Measures, and he was there for a lot of our recordings. Like Green
Yeah.
Room, he was there to hear those songs recorded, some of this
Mhm.
new record. But yeah, he passed away last year, and that was sad. But yeah, Cooper was so awesome.
Yeah, he was
Well,
awesome.
I'm sorry to hear of his passing, but I'm glad to hear you guys have space in your hearts for dogs as well.
Oh yeah, I mean back in the
Yeah.
day, we had a corgi and a
We
Great
had
Pyrenees when
a
we were
Great
kids.
Pyrenees dog named Brutus.
Oh,
Yeah, Brutus
Yeah.
fantastic.
and Deke.
And Deke
And
was a
Brutus had
Welsh
a brother
Corgi.
named Bear, who our cousins owned
Who-
Bear. So,
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me and creating this special episode dedicated to cats. Bedroom Santa's out July 14th. Best of luck with that.
And
I wish you all the success.
and
excellent.
also
And
we had just released our single Ready to Burn. It was today actually.
yeah, out now.
Out
Okay,
now.
fantastic. A single and
Sweet.
video, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready to burn. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. See ya.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thank
right.
you.
Carl, you're a damn good dog.